Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Let's just see if this is a familiar story to you. You buy a new PC, you install a couple of programs that you normally install, maybe a new, different web browser, maybe some communication software, and a week later, without installing any new hardware, anything out of the ordinary, suddenly you are smacked with blue screens. New computer, not a lot of software that's out of the ordinary, not a lot of, fringe hardware with wacky drivers. Blue screens, a week after buying a new PC. Has that happened to you? Have you ever bought a new computer and it just crashes on you without warning? That's got to be frustrating. Why? Why is it blue screening? Yes, you could step through all the troubleshooting tips that we may have shared with you at any points in the past. This has happened just recently with one of our contributors on LockerGnome.com, Harold. He talked about his old computers a couple of weeks ago. We shared those stories and asked you which computers you had and the oldest ones that are still running. He went and bought a new PC, and he's ready to tear that thing apart. Literally, destroy the computer. He is so frustrated with his new computer. It shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't get a new computer and then have it crashing on you. And granted, and I even asked him this, usually instabilities are introduced when bad software, specifically drivers, are introduced to the scenario. My belief is that the OEM, which he does detail in the Locker Gnome article, I'm not going to call it out here in this video, and really it could be any OEM, threw a bunch of software on the system. The drivers are probably unoptimized. This is the number one reason Windows doesn't work. It's not because Windows doesn't inherently work, it's just that PC manufacturers kind of suck at putting it together in a seamless experience. And I would not say a new computer that's crashing without the introduction of any new hardware or, just introducing run-of-the-mill software would introduce blue screens, or certainly shouldn't. The cleanest Windows experience that I've ever had has always been, a virtual machine. Whether VMware, VirtualBox, Parallels, it's always been stable. The moment you introduce third-party software, that's when all hell breaks loose. So what should Harold do? Do you think he should throw this into the scrap pile? I wouldn't recommend that. That's just kind of like throwing money away. Do you think he should go with a new computer altogether? Of course, the manufacturer is probably going to say, well, it's not our fault. Windows blue screens. It's not my fault. And Microsoft, of course, is going to say, well, it's not our fault. They wrote the software. See, they play this thing called the blame game. It's one of the reasons why the PC industry is on a downward slide, because they blame everybody else, including the people who bought the computer. It's not the way to treat your customers. What should Harold do? He's got this PC. He wanted a PC running Windows, and it's just kind of blowing up in his face. Not, obviously, literally. But blue screens, not so much fun to deal with. And I'd be curious to know what you think Harold should do in this scenario as a new PC owner who's just up to here with frustration. Actually, he's probably more up to here. Maybe here.